All right. Well, happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to another exciting week. And today I really wanted to share some powerful ways to use LinkedIn and really how it's been an amazing platform, for growing our business, especially with doctors and entrepreneurs. And it's really helped me build probably like 60% of my business is from LinkedIn. And I'm really excited to dive in and show you how you can do the same as well. But before I get started with that, I'd love to hear any success stories or key takeaways from last week. Hey, Dr. K.
Good morning.
Dr. K is just like, I mean, he's almost at 10,000 already in volume. And it's what week is it? It's the I don't even know.
Second,
Second week, yeah. I mean,
my goal is 20,000 this month.
and you're on track. I mean,
Yep.
if you look at where you're at halfway and then you just say, okay, if I did that halfway. So that's why I always tell people, you want a minimum of 3,000 in volume. So by the 15th, look at that and see, are you on track, at 1,500? And then where are you with your direct customer sales? Because I've had people unfortunately fall out of brand rep on different teams because their direct customer sales volume is not above 250. So it's really important that people, if they're not showing up in these calls, inform them. I even was talking to Steve about this as well, and same thing happened to him. He lost some legs because a lot of people, they do this for a little while. Some might do it 4 or 5 years, and then they're making they don't do it anymore because they're set. That's the beauty of what we have. So some people are not plugging into calls anymore, and some leaders aren't because they don't need to, but things change, so it's always important to keep people informed, with that. But yeah, Dr. K, if you could share a little bit about what you've been doing and how do you get to almost 10K in less than 2 weeks. It's pretty inspiring.
Um, well, I appreciate it. It's a team effort. I can't do this without the team. I can't do this without you. I can't do this without people like Robin, Melanie, Nora. I can go on and on. Um, I set everything up every morning. I pray and ask God to show me the direction I'm supposed to go, and I ask the Holy Spirit to guide me in that direction. And I met with I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Barry McGuire. McGuire's Waxes for Cars. This is his book. It's probably backwards for you, but it's called Ignite Your Life. And I met a friend who was, being a car guy, I met a friend who had a car done at Ken Diggett in Salt Lake. It cost, $700,000, and he has a number of them. And I met him at a car show, and we become really good friends. And I just kept talking to him about the device. So yesterday, before we went to church, we went to a Corvettes and Coffee here, and Rick was there. And I had told him that I'd bring the device with me. I wanted to scan him, and he was anxious to get scanned. He scanned at 47,000 because he watches everything he does, but he still is going to get on product. He wants to be over 50,000. He understands. Well, two other people were there watching, and they both got scanned, and they're going to become customers too. So everywhere you go, everywhere I go, I take the device with me. If we go to a restaurant, I set it on the table, and people will come by and say, "What is that?" And it's just the only difference between us and Steve Moore and Scott Bennett is they've met more people. That's it. That's the difference. So meeting people and telling them about what we're doing is the most important thing. And then asking for referrals. You know someone in your family who needs to be scanned. And I joined an alignable group, and I met someone ordained by God, and she set me up with two large companies that deal with um, leasing heavy duty medical equipment, the $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 equipment. And I had a meeting with them on one of them on Thursday morning and one on Thursday afternoon. And the guy at Thursday afternoon was mesmerized by our technology, totally. And I'm going to talk to his CEO this week, and he deals with 4,500 doctors. And he's on board. He said, "I'm going to do this. This is the best thing I could do for these doctors to create that additional revenue stream." And this didn't happen again by chance. It was ordained by God. There's no doubt in my mind. But remember, I've been doing this for 2 years and I've been working at it. And there are times where I would go back a little bit because you get frustrated. Everyone does. But with people like Deborah encouraging me, it's really important. I just kept plugging away and knowing that things were going to shift and change and improve, and it's been remarkable what's happened just since the first of the year, since I dedicated myself to helping people, to let people know that I care about them, that I love them, and I do. And that changes everything. If you approach it that way first and people realize that you care, that will help change things too. I could go on and on for an hour, and I don't want to take up everyone's time. I have a customer I'm going to talk to it at the bottom of the hour, so I let Deborah know I was only going to be on half an hour today. So just keep after it. Talk with your people. Make sure that you're in coordination with myself or Deborah or Robin, whoever it might be. And because we do this as a team, and without that team effort, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I would have stopped a long time ago. And I appreciate everybody and what they've done for me. And Robin, I'm still working on the doctor in Boca Raton, so I appreciate your help on that one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome. Congratulations on everything, Dr. K. I'm so happy for you.
oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Robin and I become really close friends, and through this business, I would not have met anybody here if it wasn't for this business. And it's very, very important. This is my family too. And thank you all. I'm getting very emotional right now because it means so much to me. I'll
Aw.
stop there or I'll start crying.
Well, we love you so much, Dr. K. And this is how, you get to 10K, a month, or I mean, by the 15th of the month, right, is where Dr. K is at for those who just joined. And you do it by, leading with heart and having a definite, main purpose as to why you're doing this. And then allow all of the divine, things to orchestrate in your life and the synchronicities and everything that happens, because that's what you have. And the key to do it is without resistance, and that's a hard thing. A lot of us have these resistant thoughts that come in when we have a goal. And if you can just relax and ease in to, your goal and really, work on relaxing and being at ease with everything. That's been a huge help. And yeah, Dr. K.
I have to interject in here because that is so true. I have a young man that I'm going to talk to on a phase one finally, but I contacted him the 28th of May last year, and he contacted me back. He said, "Are you still looking for people?" And I talked to a chiropractor last summer. Her husband runs the office. She's the chiropractor, and I'm going there this afternoon to place a device. So it took, what, 4 or 5 months later, I just sent him an email. "Hey, how's everything going? Can I help you do anything?" And not that I was pushing sales or anything. I just cared about them. She's a there. It's the most beautiful chiropractic office I've ever been in. It's beautiful, and they're doing the right job. But she says I'm getting beat up because she's a small gal and she's been in practice 10 years, and they want more revenue stream and they want to help their patients. So those things will come about. Never think that everything is over with some of these. And I know Robin's had the same thing and Deborah's had the same thing. People all of a sudden, right out of the blue, they'll contact you back. So just keep rolling, keep rolling.
Yeah, the fortunes and the friendship.
Yeah, and can I just thank you so much, Dr. K and Deb. If I can just recognize Carrie. Carrie had an awesome month last month. And same thing, if she wants to just add something, um, sh- she just brought on an amazing doctor who she spoke to a year ago. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
Congrats.
It's been and it's funny. When she reached back out to me, she goes, "It's been a minute." I'm like, "It's been a year." So, literally a year, like to the day. Last year I talked to her last December and we hit it off. Actually, I think I found her on LinkedIn and she had a million questions, very intelligent. She's like, "Give me 30 days. I just shut the door to my medical spa. 30 days. Contact me. I want to move forward with this." So I put in my calendar to reach out to her in 30 days and then kind of didn't hear from her, kind of disappeared, ghosted me. I'd invite her to calls. She'd give me like a smiley face or a crossed fingers emoji, and I kind of I kind of just kept in touch with her, just kept her in the loop, and then and then she just reached out to me a year to the day, and she's like, "I'm ready to do this." And so you really just never know. And it's so true. They do come back. Like when I first joined the business, people used to tell me that. And I'm like, yeah, right. But it's true. Case in point. They come back. It's, yeah,
yeah, yeah, and she's an amazing
she
doctor,
is.
an amazing person. She'll
She's
do
gonna,
very well.
she's gonna be great.
She seems like a sweetheart too. Just very engaged with that with
Very,
the
very engaged. I was joking with her. Do you sleep? And she actually pulled an all-nighter. She's doing a million things. She's getting her PhD in natural plant medicine. She's super smart. Good all over social media. She's great. So we're excited.
So congratulations, Carrie.
Oh, thanks, Robin, and thanks for your help. Of course.
Yeah. Congrats, Carrie. I mean, you're awesome.
Thank
I
you.
know you're going places. I mean, you're consistent, you show up. You have, you gotta have some thick skin in this as well. We're all gonna go through moments of, is this really for me? Is this the path? But whatever you do, don't quit. 'Cause you never know. I mean, when you're 3 feet from gold, where that gold is. And that's the biggest thing. Never ever quit. No matter where you're at in this business, don't quit.
It's
But
true. The
that
3 feet from gold. I always keep in my mind because that's true. One person can change your business and life forever. That is true, and they always come back. Those things
yeah,
are all ringing true.
yep.
And they're all things
Hmm.
that I've been told since day one. And of course, you have ups and downs and highs and lows, and you're like, I don't know, but they've all proven out. So stick with it.
Yeah, exactly. And just keep going and just keep showing up and, and building yourself and knowing your why, as to why you're doing this, and everything else will come into place. Um, and just taking inspired action, in spirit. So perfect. Well, congrats, Carrie, Dr. K, and everybody, on this call for showing up. That's right there, a win in my book. So, um, so anybody else before I get into some things on LinkedIn? Would that be helpful for you all if I show you some things on LinkedIn?
Yes, please.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. Then let's see. Share my screen. Where'd it go? And while I'm getting this, Robin, do you want to share anything about LinkedIn that's helped you? And let me just get my screen going.
Well, um, I don't know if you want me to share my domain. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
what
share about that, please. Yep.
Okay, well, since I've been posting a lot on LinkedIn, so now they ask you to have your own domain and you have to have an email that that email can verify that domain. So I did, Deb helped me find a domain and I'm so excited. It's measure the number 4 prevention.com. Isn't that awesome? So anyway, so today is actually I'm going to post with that new domain and I can verify it because I haven't been able to, they shut me down because I haven't had a domain. So anyway, I'm excited to be able to post again.
See, just a little tweak here and there. I definitely recommend if you don't have a domain, to find one. It's not expensive. Find something that feels good to you and that you can brand yourself. I did it since the beginning, probably just a couple months in the business. Mine used to be Boston Bioscan. but I was just like, eh. So I'm not going to stay in Boston forever. So I changed it, of course, to Epigenetic Scan, and that's how I branded my business. And I love Robin's. It's so catchy, and we got it to go in, so it's great, and you can connect it as well to your Blue Sun if you're using that Blue Sun Systems. So if you just typed in, mine, for example, epigeneticscan.com, it would take you right to my, Get Healthy page. So it just, I like it. And it's just the way that you can brand. So that's awesome, Robin. Congrats. Tara did something similar as well because she was having some trouble posting on LinkedIn using epigenetic scan. It needed more, I guess. Tara, if you want to share
So it
actually.
sounds like, well, it sounds like the same thing Robin just said. So they must have changed something, right? In LinkedIn, because it sounds like we were getting the same thing. It wasn't letting me post because I didn't have like my own domain
Yeah.
email. So, but yeah, so yeah, that forced me to, which I was planning on doing anyway, but yeah, it pushed me to do, to get my own domain. So mine is bioscanwellness.com. So
That's
yeah,
good.
as soon as I get Blue Sun, I'll link them, but
I
I might
love
just
that
link it
domain,
to my
Tara.
own. Thank you.
And Carrie asked, how you get a domain. So I believe, and so I just tell people go to like GoDaddy,
Hmm.
um, is really good, and just type in some words. Rob and I were mixing up or asked Chat GPT
Mhm.
for some ideas. Rob and I did that as well. And just say, hey, give me some good business names with including, prevention or whatever words. Um, it doesn't have to include scan, it's just your overall, what we're doing. So GoDaddy.com, I think is the best. And then you can do it from there. And then it can even give you your own email with that. Or if you want an email, you can always go to Google Business and find one there. And it's cheap. It's like $10 a month or something is what I pay for my email. Um, so awesome. So yeah, so everybody just kind of, think about that if you don't have a domain yet. And do that. I mean, I registered my domain, with the state. So now I have an EIN and um, some platforms like that. So it does help. And for tax purposes as well. But LinkedIn is great. I mean, it's responsible for about 64% of all visits from social media channels to corporate websites, like for them to actually go check you out, it starts with LinkedIn. It's the way to bring people in. It's the largest professional network with over 900 million users worldwide. So it's a really diverse range of professionals, with over 900 million users. So never have that like have an abundance mindset because I know sometimes I'll have people that have already spoken with Michael Cook or John or all amazing people, but like there's over 900 million people out there using it. So it's just that's why it's just so important. And I'll show you some things on LinkedIn, but kind of before I get into that, kind of a preface is you really want to have a strong, social presence on LinkedIn because, of course, it enhances the chance that people are going to actually like respond to any cold outreach, or even if they get an email, like the first thing they're going to do is look you up on LinkedIn or Google you, and they'll want to see your LinkedIn because they're familiar, and then they want to be familiar with your brand and see like what you're all about. So the first thing, and I'll show you mine, but just to kind of, if you want to write these down, if you don't have this, having a professional profile picture. And
Hey,
you can
Deb,
look
we
at,
can't see your LinkedIn.
oh, okay, I'll
We
show
just
it.
see
I'm gonna
Zoom.
just go through a couple. Oops, can you,
Okay.
wait, do you see my screen?
We see Zoom.
Oh,
Yeah, we see your screen.
okay.
It
Let's
just
see.
says Zoom.
Oh, here we go. Thanks, Robin. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys. Now you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just move this. Sorry, I have so many things happening. So you want to have, and I'll go through it more, but you want to have a professional picture, making it just, I don't know how professional mine is, but it's me, right? You don't have to go too crazy, but just have a good one. Have a headline, you know, um, mine is Hold on. Why is this? Let me just move out of this. Okay, now can you see? Can you still see my screen?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So you have a headline, which you can, always edit. You know, your background photo here. Mine's just simple. I want to, maybe change that and put like, you can change it in Canva is a good way too as well if you have an idea. And then you can put even like your website and all your contact information. That's on my list of things to do. Um, so you want to have a profile picture and then a good, cover background, right? And make it compelling. So people know what you're all about. That's what they see first. If they Google you, that's what's going to pull up. Um, and then you want to have like a strong, about section as well. So, oops. Um, so here, like I just, have about me, whatever. Some people know who I am and what I'm about. Oops, it's going faster. Calm down. Okay. So top skills, you want to have, some of your skills. And then you can click here and you can add, any, skills. I have people reaching out to me about sobriety often and, addiction and things like that. I've brought people into the business based upon that who have reached out saying, sober sister or whatever, I'm interested in what you're doing. Um, and so I do that because you never know who you can help. Um, Having people endorse you, as well, is great. It shows up. I had somebody write me a recommendation. It's just going so fast. So having that too, just so people, you can ask people like, hey, um, I'd really appreciate it. You could, like this guy, Pete Williams, I was on one of his fitness shows. Um, and then he wrote that. So just little things, having a compelling, you know, um, headline as well, like what you have about yourself. Robin's is awesome. So if you want to get a good example, but mine is just like owner, marathon runner, author, hiring globally, saved by his grace. It just shows a little bit, about myself, as well. And I'm going to show you how to do a post as well, or job ad, and one that is really good for providers. But I'm going to do that in just a second. Let me just stop this for 1 second.
Deborah, if I can uh, chime in a little bit here, because I'm going to have to leave in a few minutes. LinkedIn has worked very well for me. I am going to be on a global webinar on Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is the same time as our call. Or is it 8 o'clock? It's 8 o'clock. If you
Yeah,
want to
8
get
o'clock.
on, I'm going to be on with Dr. Bart Rademacher, who is nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. He and I become friends, and we're going to do a webinar to help physicians create more revenue in their practice. And so I'll send a link to Deborah, and if someone wants to get on prior to our call tonight, or I mean on Wednesday night, go on. I'm going to be on there with him and talk about the scanner. And if you have someone that's interested, especially a professional, a doctor, put them on. And if they contact me, I'll get them right back to you because you sent them to us. And I'm looking forward to helping anybody that I can. So on that note, I'm going to have to leave to get on my call. Thank you, Deborah. I can't say enough. Thank yous, Robin. Thank you. You guys are awesome, and I'm glad I'm part of the team. And have a blessed day.
Thank you. We'll be on that call tomorrow, Wednesday. That's
Okay.
awesome. So
All right.
excited for you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. And so He's my superstar, one of my superstars. I love him. All right. So yeah, so back to like, and I'll go through some things, but just, if you want to jot these down or look at your LinkedIn and just making sure that you have that headline, that you have that about section, that really just highlights like who you are, have some recommendations if you can. Start with your inner circle. There's even an alumni network group. Like you can use an alumni tool to connect with people from your school or previous, places. There's like I'm in groups with University of Tampa. So just another way to, share in those specific groups. Um, and then speaking of groups, it's something else that's really helped is joining some other groups on LinkedIn that's related to, what we're doing, like healthcare specific groups even as well, or even like private practice owners is a group for that. Even, there's different groups that you can find that you can join. Um, and then in these groups and on your LinkedIn, you want to continue posting educational content. Don't say new skin, please. Don't say, I mean, you can maybe say Pharmanex. I wouldn't recommend exactly, getting into all of that because your page is about creating curiosity. It's about people wanting to know, like, what is she talking about? Or like, what is he talking about? What is that? What are they doing? Like you want to have them reach out to you so that you can send them your website or a link or direct them to something else. It's just like a movie trailer is your LinkedIn. It's not going to give the end of the movie. Um, so of course you want to post, you don't want to just post about the technology or about antioxidants. You also want to, post about you. Um, people don't people buy from people they like, and trust. And people can read people, pretty easily. So, show things about yourself that, and just continue doing that. And trust me, it continues to grow. I did not, start this with 19,000, followers. I started from, not like 400, people. And so it grew because I continued to do what I'm sharing with you. Nothing, nothing different. Um, Another thing that Lawrence does, for those that know Lawrence, is he writes articles as well, and he publishes his articles to showcase like the knowledge and more information. So, people can subscribe to that if you want to do something like that. It shows some credibility as well. And so there's newsletters, engaging with others as you know, on their like LinkedIn feed as well, like commenting on some of their posts, sharing some of their posts with like your 2 cents about it, not just to share it, but write something about it, really expands your visibility as well. The more you comment on it, they're going to start seeing your posts as well. It's just with the algorithms. Um, and you can always, kind of check how your LinkedIn is doing as well, like how many post impressions, how many, how often did you appear? I get emails letting me know, like, wow, you did X, Y, and Z. You can do the same with Facebook too. Facebook's now paying me, like getting paid by Meta. So because when people engage with your posts, and or if they, are seeing your post and I think they buy something after I don't know exactly how it works. I'm like, all right, well, it's cool. So it works the same on different social media outlets. And so again, engaging with people with their posts is important. Continue adding to your network, if you can do it a few times a week or daily, adding people. And you can, search, and I'll show you some things after, but just to kind of go through it because I have a checklist that I need to see or I'll forget. And then you want to also use LinkedIn. You can search by, who your ideal prospects. So for, I want to find influencers, right? Like influencers, entrepreneurs, and and doctors, specifically, private practice, right? Or med spa owners, things like that. I'm not just looking for anybody. Like, so being specific about that, and you can even type in like, next to like influencer opportunity, it might show influencers looking for an opportunity, or just play around with it. You never know who you're gonna find on that.
Hey
And
Deb, can you show them how you do that?
yeah, I'm just going through my
Oh,
little
you
bullet
are?
points, and
Okay.
then I'm
Got
gonna
it.
get to it. Um, because I just and then you want to, there's LinkedIn stories as well. Um, and then you always want to create have a call to action on your posts. So have a call to action, because it's just going to sit there if you don't. Who's really good at call to actions is Jenny. I know she's not on this call, but she has really good call to actions, whether it's them posting a comment, doing a survey, getting some type of engagement. It really encourages that, and it might direct them to additional resources. If somebody likes my post, even, I'll reach out to them. Thank you so much for liking my post. What was it that resonated with you the most? Or um, things like that. And because it just starts that conversation with them. Um, and whether it is, the Wednesday night calls, I typically, if it's going to be a good, speaker, that I will, share something about that. I won't post the link, for it. I want them to ask me. And that's worked. That's helped me schedule phase 1 calls, with people that have been following my stuff for a while, but they might have seen something about Dr. Sears when he did it. I had somebody really interested in getting the recording for that. So again, just use it, continue to build it. And like I said, I'll show you a couple things that I do, but and then when you're reaching out to people, outreach on LinkedIn isn't a way for, you're not going to be spammy. People can feel that. I don't know about you, but I get a ton of messages on LinkedIn on the daily of people like trying to hit me up to like buy things and schedule calls with them. And I have no idea who they are. They have not connected with me as a person. I'm like, ugh, it's like not a good feeling. I used to be like that in the beginning. I would like reach out to everybody and their mother if I could. And just say the same thing, over and over without even connecting or even looking at their background. That's an amateur way, but we start somewhere. But a better way to do it is just say, hello, Jill. I came across your profile because you liked one of my posts and you have a really impressive background, and I am working on an exciting project that I think might interest you. Do you keep yourself open to other opportunities? Something like that to make them feel seen, feel heard, and why you're reaching out to them. Or, I came across your page and I love how you focus on integrative health and nutrition. I'm working on an exciting project that aligns with your work in healthcare prevention. Do you keep yourself open, to other opportunities? Or, somebody said to me, "Hey, Deb, I see your husband's from India." Have you two ever thought about, creating an income from that country while living in America at the same time, because our company is expanding in India this year, right? Like just something, about that. Or I see you're great, if it's an influencer, I see you're great at social media, and you have a great social media following. Are you open to expanding it in a monetary way? Because I'm a partner with a company that's looking to partner with social media influencers. If this something you'd be interested in at this time of your life, if there's a lot of money on the table. So the questions are the answers, but the compliment, it has to be real, it has to be genuine. So what I'd recommend is set goals, with how many people you want to, expose, on the daily, like Dr. Joe yeah, he says 5 people, right? He has like the goal of 5 in 2025, but so how many people do you want to connect with, daily? How many people do you want to reach out to? Again, you're sifting and sorting for people that are at the right time of their life, whether it's for products or for the opportunity. And you don't need to overcomplicate it. Massive action is a focused effort in connecting new people to the exposures of the business and by eliminating as many distractions, as possible, right? You don't want to have like a back and forth of 21 questions. And well, does it do this? Does it do that? No, let the tools do the selling and educating. I want you to, and if somebody starts asking a gazillion questions, even if you're meeting with them in person and you're going to a doctor's practice, just say, great, you know what? I know you're busy. I have another appointment. This is big. I'm going to share some information for you so you can see this the way that the other providers that I'm working with, have seen it, and then formulate your questions. I happen to know one of the senior partners of the company, and they'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Gotta go. Right. So let the tools do that, and you're a connector to the tools. The more I allowed that to happen, the more, magic started happening, in my business and organization. And then, so on LinkedIn, uh, so here we go. So if we were going to post, I mean, I can show you guys how to do this if you want, to post a job, or what would be helpful. Does anybody have any questions or anything I can show? Got about like a few more minutes left here.
Well, I think how to post a job posting and then how you reach out to people, how you search for them, how you reach out to people. I think that'd be very helpful
Mhm.
for our teams.
Absolutely. Thanks, Robin. So I'll search, since I'll do that pretty quickly. So you see the search button up here if you go to your LinkedIn. So if you search here and you can type in physician, owner, um, entrepreneur. I don't know. Entrepreneur. Like make it specific. And then entrepreneur, it will show owner. But this one is says they're in St. Pete, they're open to work. And they're an owner of an aspiring aesthetic something. But so I'm gonna, I'll connect. I don't always add a note. I'm just gonna do this without a note. I do have, oops, premium. How did that happen? But you don't need premium.
Can I add one thing, Deb?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
You want to make sure they're active though.
Yes.
I do because before I connect with them.
Yeah, that's a great point. Absolutely. That's a really good point. Sometimes I'm not gonna, know like before I reach out to them, I don't really know if I'm gonna have the time to like go through their whole profile, but sending a connect takes 2 seconds. And then if I'm gonna reach out to them, great, I'll see if they're active, or I'll just reach out to them and maybe they'll see it or come back to it at a later time. I don't know. But yeah, you can do that. But this is kind of how you can search. You can type in anything here, even if you want to say like medical device opportunity, not I want a group. Oops. And then so it's showing groups. I'm in that group actually. But so it shows group posts, but you can click on people. And then it will show you this one, medical sales college graduates seeking opportunity in med device sales, right? Actively seeking opportunity in medical device sales, medical sales college. So we'll show you all those. And when I typically do this, and just kind of a little tip, is I'll do this, for a little while before I post a job, because and I want to have more people that I'm connected with that will see that, job. But you just go through this, as well. Or what if you type in influencer, um, mm, in health influencer healthcare opportunity. I mean, just play around with it. It's not gonna. But then this one, physician founder, investment transforming healthcare. Um, and just kind of go through them. Chief executive officer, all of that. So, any questions on that?
No, that was helpful. Thanks, Deb.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, for jobs, you can click on jobs. There's different ways to do it, but just so you see there's jobs up here, post a free job. And I also want to show something else before I do that. Sorry. Um, so if you have posted jobs before, you can go to manage job posts. And then you go to closed. And let's just say I want to go to the last one. Um, View applicants. Here in applicants, you can go through your applicants even when you have an open job, and you can go to unrated, and then you can even look at years of experience. So if I'm looking for, less than 1 year, like you might get, I just find I like to start with more than 10 years. I might not get many results here because I've went through a lot of these, but it's going to show the ones, that have, more experience. You can even break it down to location. Sometimes I'll look like just Florida, and personalize it that way, kind of, where I start when I do my outreach. And then this one I've already reached out to. So I'll typically send it in LinkedIn, message. And then I might send a follow-up in an email as well if I don't hear back from them. And just say, hey, just following up on your recent application. I sent you some more information via LinkedIn, but I haven't gotten a response yet, something like that, or ask ChatGPT. And then I just send it over. Um, with that, with a call to action, formulate your questions, whatever. But you can go through all of this, and you can always go back to some of them, as well, that you haven't heard from. You can, they don't go away, like all the job ads that you do. And then if you want to even go to manage job, and if I want to repost this job again, I can do that here. But let's just say you've never posted a job. Is that helpful? Anything you want me to go through on that part? And before I go to show you how to post a job?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Cool. All righty. All right. So post a free job. So let's just say I'm going to do something different. In my notes, so I have this one. So let's just say I'm going to do preventative medicine consultant. I've done this one before. It's worked really nice. I've had Tara do it as well, and it worked really well for her. I can send you the template for that as well if I haven't. I feel like I have. So I can write my own. So I put
I've
the
used
job.
that too, Deb, and it works good. That's the one I go with.
Perfect. Yep. So awesome. So write on my own. Thanks, Laurie, for sharing that. It works good for you. And so I'm gonna write on my own and make sure here. So I have my company name. It's already populated or here. So if you have a company like Robin, you'll use your new company name. So cool. And then I do remote. I keep it part-time, United States. And then obviously I'm gonna get rid of that and then go back to my notes and then remote, part-time, edit, copy. And then right here, just go to edit, paste it. And see, I have like 1099 in bold. But this is like, are you passionate about preventative health care, wellness, blah, blah, blah. But a couple key things are, what I want this to go towards. It says qualifications, private practice owner or business owner, entrepreneurial mindset, strong communication, interpersonal skills, unlimited income, so there's this one. Any questions on this one so far? Or am I going too fast? Too slow? Okay. So there's that. So then that part, I don't obviously put a base salary. Um, I don't add any compensation types. I mean, you can, if you click on it. Um, I just don't do it, so I'm not gonna even go there. How do you hear about LinkedIn? Okay, I don't need to do that. So go to next. And then whatever, I like to receive my applicants via email as well. You can add a screening question if you want. Have you ever done 1099 or are you a business owner type of thing. And and then LinkedIn also too, it can put anybody that's like not in the US, it can like already put them in not the reject, but not a good fit, area, so you don't even see them. But you can always have this qualific. You can have an email that goes out after if you're not interested in them. It will add a hiring frame to your profile and it notifies your network that you're hiring. Once I do it, I like sharing it to my network and adding some other, key points about it. I share it to different groups as well. And there's that. And then, of course, you can do it for free, or you can do it here and you can edit that. Like, I mean, it's going to give you whatever number, $72 a day, or if I want to just do like, $13, you can do whatever.
What do you usually do?
Sometimes I'll do like about 20, sometimes I'll do 10. I mix it up. You can always increase it if you're not getting a lot. So, but usually 20 is what I'll do. What do you do, Robin?
Yeah, I've done 15, 20.
Yeah, I just felt like 13, whatever. So, and then if I want to promote the job, I'd go here. Sometimes what you can also do is you can post it without promoting. And then if you get like some really great quality applicants without promoting it, then that might keep you busy, enough that you don't need to promote it. But and then you can promote it later. So I don't have the time capacity right now to pay and do a promotion and get a bunch of applicants. So whatever. So now it is active, and then I can invite to apply. With the free one, you only have 3, but you can like it's like, oh, telling me which ones to invite to apply. So let's just do it. Happens, invite.
Do you usually do that? I'm just curious.
Not always, but if it's coming up and I can invite people, then why not?
Okay,
Have you
yeah.
ever done it?
Nope. I should.
There you go. So why not? I don't know who this senior director product development. It's whatever, sure. I don't know. And then I think, let's see. Of course, it wants you to promote it, but But I think that's about it. And then here I can go to manage job. And then it will here view applicants. Um, you can share job post. So here, if you want to share it to your network, I would probably change this up a little bit. And then I can either share it to a group. So let's just say, there's a group I want to share it to. These are the groups I'm already a part of. So I'll pop those ones up or show those in like medical device opportunity. Probably not this one because I'm not looking for, it's not necessarily med device, rep. See, and how I was talking about alumni, that's a high school I went to. You know. Um, and then, so, joining these groups and whatever.
And can you share with as many groups as you want?
You can only do one at a time. Like, so I can't like just click all these and share it.
Okay.
You can share with as many groups. Yep. It will only let you do one though, at a time. Um, and then you can share, or you can always say, who do you know? If you know anybody, we're actively expanding, you know, um, and you just kind of go through your groups and see. And sometimes you want to check some of the groups before you post in it because some groups aren't, much active anymore, or nobody posts in them, or just seeing, what's going on there. But you don't have to do it right away. You can always go back to it and share. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to share it right now. Um, and then it has a job overview, all of that fun stuff. And this guy I've been following for a while. He's in Tampa. He's a chiropractor. He owns a practice. He just viewed my profile. Here we go. All right, that's a good sign.
So
So
I have a question.
yeah.
So when you're reaching out to somebody just randomly on LinkedIn, what do you usually say?
Like what I was saying before,
Okay.
I give them a compliment, or if like, thank you for liking my, and I can send you a script too. I have that, Robin, some
Okay.
different examples,
Okay, cool.
but you can always even go to Chat GPT
Yeah.
and you can screenshot like their profile, like
Okay.
whatever. So you can just screenshot it, put it in Chat GPT and say, how do I compliment this person and see if they're interested in in a project that I'm working on in healthcare or
Okay.
something, right?
Yeah.
But I will see. Let me see if I go home. Um, Messaging. So let's see. Good afternoon, Deborah. Apologize. He So I go through them and I time block typically for like when I'm going to go on LinkedIn and just to make sure that I go through everything. But yeah, so maybe let me see if I have an example. Hey, Robin. And you can always search in your conversations too, like if you have a ton of them. So I'll post some of the stuff in New Pharma Leaders, as well. Any
Thanks.
questions?
No, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
Yes, you're welcome. You guys, so just today's Monday, right? So Monday, go ahead, first search, do the search thing, look for med device or private practice, whatever you're going to post about, connect with some of those for a little bit. You don't have to spend too much time on it or go, but you can do that and then go ahead on your LinkedIn and, post that ad. Um, you know, do it, if you do it free first, fine. And then if you're not getting a lot of applicants or good ones, then, you know, spend $10, you know, a day, close it. And remember I had somebody who forgot to stop it and they went out of the country. I think they went, I don't remember. I think it was like Iran. I don't know. She went, it was a vet. Poor girl. And she, after a month, you know, she came back to a big bill from LinkedIn. So just remember to pause it or stop it and go back to the other ads that you posted. I mean, it's not one and done with these people that are coming in. You know, if they haven't reached out to you, it doesn't mean anything. I have people apply multiple times. I'm like, you just applied to the last one. So I have a template for that and how to reach out to them. You know, or I'll email them instead because maybe they're not checking their message. And so there's different ways. Just have fun with it. Keep growing it. It's a really great platform to use, and it's good to have regardless if you're not doing much on social media, but you're going out to speak with other not reps, but other practices or offices. You know, they'll look you up. So do that, and everybody have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll post some of these scripts and stuff in linked on New Farmer Leaders.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks so
Deb.
much. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks. Could you
Yeah.
share
Thank you
that
so
job
much.
posting?
Yeah, yeah, I'll
Wow.
send it to you. Yep, I'll send it. I'll post a New Farm and I'll email it to you, Robin, as well.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. Everybody is awesome. Take care. We'll
Bye,
see you
everybody.
soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye.